Unit 4, page 31. Read. Exercise 3. Read and listen to the text.
The memory man. Can you remember people's faces, but not their names? Are you bad at remembering people's birthdays? How many things have you forgotten this week? According to Andy Bell, you needn't be forgetful ever again. Andy Bell, now in his 40s, used to be unemployed. Now he is a memory Grand Master who has won the World Memory Championships 3 times. He has been training his memory for around 15 years, after being inspired by an article he read about the amazing memory man, Dominic O'Brien. In 2002, he beat his hero O'Brien at the World Memory Championships for the first time, an achievement which catapulted him out of his dull existence into the public eye. Andy has broken many memory records and is currently the speed memory champion. He has correctly memorized a pack of cards in just 31.16 seconds. He can also remember the order of over 1,000 cards in 1 hour. So how does he do it? Andy's method is an unusual but simple one. Journalist Lara Barton met him and wrote an account of his technique.
I'm here today so that Andy Bell can teach me how to improve my memory. In less than 1 hour, I will have a working knowledge of the past 1,000 years in history. Right, says Andy. Think of 10 rooms in a building you know very well. I think of the house I grew up in. He tells me we're going to call each room a different century. What is your first room? He asks. It's my living room, Andy. Your living room is in the 11th century, he says. Imagine the Battle of Hastings in the middle of the room. Then, just beside the door, I have to imagine a water clock to remind me of Su Sung's invention in China. I've never seen a water clock, so I imagine something like a sundial in water. By the end of the tour, I've put Marco Polo at the bottom of the stairs, Queen Victoria in the pantry, and the Mona Lisa in the dining room. Whatever will my mother say? The basic idea is that you visualize events and assign them to a particular point in the room, depending on when they happened during the century. This means that in your mind, you will stumble upon events at the start of a century as soon as you open the door to a room. Essentially, the historical events become like furniture. You learn to associate them with a particular room and place. To me, Mozart now sits like a table in the middle of my kitchen. I have to maneuver around him to get to Beethoven. Andy says that everybody can benefit from his techniques. All you have to do is think of the things you want to remember and put them in familiar places in your mind. You can apply it to anything. You can apply it to learning, he says. So, have you been paying attention? If you have, you no longer have any excuses for not passing your exams.
Unit 4, page 33. Grammar. Exploit. Exercise 1. Listen and check. Susie Bowman is a freediver. Freedivers try to dive as deep as possible into the sea on a single lungful of air, without breathing apparatus.
When did you start freediving?
I made my first freedive in 2001.
How did you discover that you had a talent for freediving?
Well, I've been a good swimmer since a very young age. Later, I found that I could hold my breath for a long time underwater.
How many world records have you broken?
I've broken 3 so far, but I hope to break more.
Have you had any scary moments?
No, not really. Some sharks swam past me on one occasion, but they weren't interested in me.
Unit 4, page 34. Listen. Exercises 1 and 2. Listen to 5 dialogues. Dialogue 1.
Jackie, you'll never guess my news. What? I've got an audition for one of the lead parts in the school play.
Really? Oh, that's wonderful. Good luck.
Hey, Vanessa. What's that about the school play? Did you say that you had got an audition? What part is it?
It's none of your business, Pete. I wasn't talking to you.
Dialogue 2.
Jane, I think I've just gone and said the wrong thing.
What are you talking about, Rachel?
Remember you told me that you didn't like Susanna, Amy's new friend?
Oh, no. What have you said?
Well, it's just that Amy was going to ask you to meet Susanna for a coffee. You know, because she doesn't know many people here.
And?
Well, I sort of said that I didn't think it was a good idea. And Amy said, why? And so I tried to explain nicely, of course, that you didn't really get on with Susanna. And now I think she's a bit upset.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Rachel. You and your big mouth.
Dialogue 3.
Oh, Rob, what's that on your face?
What?
That big green mark.
What is it?
I don't know.
Can you rub it off?
Oh, I'm trying. No, it won't come off. Oh, dear. You do look funny.
Oh, no. I'll have to go home.
I was joking. There's nothing on your face.
Oh, Rosie, I wish you wouldn't do that all the time.
Dialogue 4.
Hi, Anthony. What is it?
I don't suppose you could lend me some money?
No, I couldn't. It took you ages to pay it back the last time.
I'm sorry about that. I'll pay you back straight away this time, I promise.
No.
Oh, go on. It's not for me. It's Mum's birthday tomorrow, and I want to buy her a present. Please? Please?
Oh, OK then. Here you are. That's all I have.
Oh, thanks, Penny. That's really good of you.
Dialogue 5.
Kieran! It's 7 o'clock. Time to get up. Come on, Kieran. Wake up. What would you like for breakfast today?
Mum, why did you wake me up so early? It's project week. I don't have to go into school until 11 today.
Sorry, Kieran. I didn't realise. Go back to sleep then.
Unit 4, page 37. Language skills. Exercise 1. Listen and check.
Hi, Colin. I didn't know you played the violin. Hello, Harry. Yes, I've been playing since I was little. When did you start? About 10 years ago. I've always loved music. My parents gave me a violin for my 6th birthday. I've been having lessons ever since. Have you ever played in public? Yes, I have. I've taken part in several concerts at my music school. When's your next concert? On Saturday night. We've been practicing for it for the last 6 months. Well, good luck for Saturday then. Thanks a lot.
Everyday English 4. Teacher's Book. Page 108. At the doctor's. Exercise 1. Listen and check.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. What can I do for you?
Well, I haven't been feeling very well recently. I've got a temperature and a bad cough.
How long has this been going on?
For about a week.
Can I just listen to your chest?
Of course.
I think you've got an infection. I'll prescribe some antibiotics.
Will I get better soon?
Take the tablets 3 times a day after meals, and it should clear up in a few days.
OK. Thank you.
You should keep warm and get plenty of rest. If you're not feeling better in a week from now, come and see me again.
Thank you, Doctor. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Everyday English 4. Teacher's Book, page 108. At the doctor's, exercise 3. Listen. Which illnesses do the 3 patients have? 1.
Hello, Mr. Jones. Come in and sit down. How can I help?
Good afternoon, Doctor. I haven't been feeling very well. In fact, I feel terrible.
I see. Do you feel shivery?
Yes, and I'm aching all over.
How long have you been feeling like this?
Since yesterday.
OK. I'll just take your temperature. 39 degrees. Yes, you've got quite a high temperature. You've got a touch of flu.
Can you prescribe some antibiotics?
No, they won't help. Flu is a virus. You should drink as much as possible and stay in bed.
But I have to work.
I don't think you should go to work. You need plenty of rest. If you don't feel better in 3 or 4 days, come back and see me again.
OK. Thank you.
2.
Good morning, Dr. Benson.
Good morning, Miss Davis. What can I do for you?
My ankle hurts. I think I twisted it while I was playing volleyball this morning.
Oh, can I see it, please? Oh, yes, it's a bit swollen and there's a bruise. Does that hurt?
Ow!
Oh. Yes, you've twisted it. You must rest your foot for a couple of days. Try not to walk on it.
So I should stay at home?
Yes. I'll give you an elasticated bandage to put on it.
It really hurts. Can you do anything about that?
I'll prescribe some painkillers. You can take them every 4 hours.
Thank you.
You can also put ice on it to keep it cool. But don't keep the ice on it for more than 10 or 15 minutes at a time.
3.
Come in. Take a seat. How can I help?
I don't feel very well. I've got a stomach ache.
How long have you had it?
It started in the middle of the night.
I see. Have you been sick?
No, but I feel terrible.
Well, I think it could be food poisoning. Have you eaten anything which might have disagreed with you?
I had some seafood last night.
That could be it. Drink lots of liquid. When you feel better, eat a little dry bread, but avoid milk and cheese.
Oh, don't mention food.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll feel better tomorrow.
Everyday English 4. Teacher's Book, page 108. At the doctor's, exercise 4. Listen and check. 1.
You should drink as much as possible and stay in bed.
2.
I don't think you should go to work. You need plenty of rest.
3.
If you don't feel better in 3 or 4 days, come back and see me again.
4.
You must rest your foot for a couple of days. Try not to walk on it.
5.
I'll prescribe some painkillers. You can take them every 4 hours.
6.
You can also put ice on it to keep it cool.
7.
Drink lots of liquid.
8.
When you feel better, eat a little dry bread, but avoid milk and cheese.
Literature Corner 2. Page 38. Exercise 2. Read and listen to the text.
Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. My first memory is of sitting on a gravestone in that churchyard one cold, grey December afternoon, looking out at the dark, flat, wild marshes divided by the black line of the River Thames and listening to the rushing sound of the sea in the distance. "Don't say a word!" cried a terrible voice, as a man jumped up from among the graves and caught hold of me. "If you shout, I'll cut your throat." He was a big man, dressed all in grey, with an iron chain on his leg. His clothes were wet and torn. He looked exhausted and hungry and very fierce. I had never been so frightened in my whole life. "Oh, don't cut my throat, sir," I begged in terror. "Tell me your name, boy. Quick," he said, still holding me. "And show me where you live." "My name's Pip, sir, and I live in the village over there." He picked me up and turned me upside down. Nothing fell out of my pocket except a piece of old bread. He ate it in 2 bites like a dog and put me back on the gravestone. "So, where are your mother and father?" he asked. "There, sir," I answered, pointing to their graves. "What?" he cried, and was about to run when he saw where I was pointing. "Oh," he said, "I see. They're dead. Well, who do you live with, if I let you live, which I haven't decided yet?" "With my sister, sir, wife of Joe Gargery, the blacksmith." "Blacksmith, you say?" And he looked down at his leg. Then he held me by both arms and stared fiercely down into my eyes. "Now look here. You bring me a file. You know what that is? And you bring me some food. If you don't, or if you tell anyone about me, I'll cut your heart out." "I promise I'll do it, sir," I answered. I was badly frightened, and my whole body was trembling. "You see," he continued, smiling unpleasantly, "I travel with a young man, a friend of mine, who roasts boys' hearts and eats them. He'll find you, wherever you are, and he'll have your heart. So bring the file and the food to that wooden shelter over there, early tomorrow morning. If you want to keep your heart, that is. Remember, you promised."
Skills Roundup, page 39. Listen. Exercises 1 and 2. Listen to 3 American teenagers talking about diet and lifestyle. Tony.
Can I ask you a few questions about your lifestyle?
Sure, go ahead.
On average, how much time do you spend each day watching TV?
Each day? About 4 or 5 hours, I think. It depends what's on. I watch a movie most evenings.
And how often do you exercise?
Well, I walk to school every day, and I play soccer on Saturdays, and I usually go surfing on Sundays, so every day, I suppose.
Would you say that you eat healthily?
Pretty healthily, yes.
Do you ever eat junk food?
Not very often. I sometimes have a burger and fries when I'm in town with my friends.
Karen. On average, how much time do you spend each day watching TV?
Well, I don't watch TV every day. Sometimes there's nothing good on, so I do something else. Or if I've got a lot of homework, I don't watch TV. But I watch it most days.
So, how many hours on average do you think?
Maybe 2.
Okay. And how often do you exercise?
Oh, hardly ever. I don't like sports. We have to do sports at school twice a week, but that's about it.
And do you eat healthily, do you think?
I'm not sure. I eat a lot of potato chips and chocolate.
Do you eat TV dinners at home?
Yes, sometimes. Mom doesn't come in from work till late, so she leaves them in the fridge for us. We just heat them up.
Chris. On average, how much time do you spend each day watching TV?
Well, I watch TV before breakfast for about an hour. Then in the evening, I watch it in my bedroom for a couple of hours, maybe.
So, about 3 hours a day?
Yes, about that.
Okay. And how often do you exercise?
I do gym and basketball at school, so that's 3 times a week. And I usually go rollerblading with my friends on Saturday or Sunday.
And would you say that you eat healthily?
Yes, I think so. I try not to eat too many foods that have lots of fat and sugar in them.
Do you eat TV dinners at home?
No, but we sometimes get a takeout for a treat. Chinese or Italian.